A big shazam to you people. It's a Hard Truth Monday. What if the worst happens? What if she wins? I want to talk to you about that. And then stay with me. I want to talk to you about how we should respond. I don't want comments. I would like to have a discussion down there and really talk about this afternoon and this evening, maybe a little tomorrow. But let's talk about how we should react should the nonsense happen. A little bit of hard truth on a Hard Truth Monday. This one is not that fun. Buckle up, here we go. One thing I don't tell y'all about enough with hidden hybrid holsters is you can mix yours up a little bit. This one has a peanut butter Kydex on the front for my FN 509. You can get a lot of different ones. They have black. They have my favorite, which is carbon fiber. It's hiddenhybridholsters.com. You can dial it in a little bit. Use the drop-down menus. Get yourself, like I said last week, a little something special. Hiddenhybridholsters.com. Tell them I sent you. You people, thank you for every thumbs up. So many of y'all said that you really enjoyed Spicy Friday, and I appreciated that. It was a fun episode. Last Friday was a fun episode. Thank you. Thank you for the encouraging feedback. It's fun. It really is. I don't want to get too detailed today in that there's a lot of nuances, a lot of he said, she said. The polls are all over the place. What if she wins? I've had so many people ask me that, Johnny, what if the worst happens? Because she's not just a Democrat. She was raised by a Marxist communist. She also is a hoe, which is haha, there's a lot of comedy there, a lot of memes, but somebody that rises from that rather than the content of their character and their policy is scary and frightening. I believe, my personal opinion, she's a puppet and is probably steered and controlled by entities and organizations that she doesn't even know. Somebody asked me about Diddy the other day, and I was like, dude, the agency he was working for, my understanding from my research, I doubt, my opinion, he even knows he was working for them. I think she's a pawn. The hard truth is she might be the next president. Without receiving a single vote in the primary election, not a single vote, this piece of plastic got the same number of votes as did you know who. Don't even want to say her name. Hard truth is she might win. Will it be an honest election? No. As long as people have been chasing this, 30 years, we have documentation of 30 years of cheated stuff. We know that. We're not arguing that today. We are not arguing. So there's going to be people like, well, she wasn't honestly elected, so therefore she's not a real president. Well, they found 144,000 votes in the middle of the night on the last election. Yet we still had to suffer under that diaper-wearing pawn. Hard truth is, it could be a reality. I won't vote for her 100% based on her gun policy because the Second Amendment holds the rest of it together. Y'all know that, and that's where I'm at. But I think a lot of us need to get a hold of this next part, which is, should the worst happen? And I really pressed pause over the weekend to think about this, and I'm not being dramatic. My channel, if I was more dramatic and was more black and white and was more the sky is falling, would do a lot better because the hardcore sky is falling channels do pretty well in as far as in punditcy, as far as talking faces. They really do. You've got to be a heavy sky is falling. Just turn on Fox News. You're going to see a lot of sky is falling. However, I said all that to say this. The America I grew up in is already gone. What's left of it, what we have today, will erode even further during her first term. The weaponization of the three-letter agencies, there's no joke there. That's not just a nice thing to say on right-wing news. It's not just a nice thing to say to get upset on Facebook and get people banging the drum of OMG. The reality is this weaponization and the federal government turning on us and sending tens of billions of our resources overseas for heaven knows what is not going to end. In fact, this may just be the beginning. We have a finite number of resources on this continent. We're sending them overseas as fast as we can. We are taking care of other people's children rather than our own. Our vets are rotting in the streets, and the illegal immigrants, the invaders, I don't even like calling them illegal immigrants because that has the tone of immigration in it. They're not immigrants, they're invaders. They are being put up in hotels and handing credit cards. Y'all know all of that. Did we learn anything from the flood? Yeah, I learned a lot around here, but the hard truth is the federal government doesn't give a flying frick about you or your family. What's left of this country will erode even further. And I believe a lot of our stop gaps will be gone. Limp-wristed little men will scream in the street and hold up feminist signs and say, please disarm us, federal government, please. And there's a lot of them, and they have most of the microphones, most of the cameras, and all of the media. This is not just about limp-wristed little men. It's about the downfall of the American civilization and the degradation of the American family and making America as weak as possible. We are being chipped away and chiseled away at our foundation to destabilize us at every single front. It's not just political, it's not just financial, it's not just in the home structure, it's all the way across the board. And it's not just communism, it's about people that hate this country. And the players in the game are different than I thought they were 5 years ago. It is becoming clear to me that some of our closest allies are chipping us away. And a moron she's a moron. She is. But having her in the White House will allow that to move from chipping to jackhammer because she will usher that in. Hard truth on a Hard Truth Monday. Yeah, it's a reality we're facing in just a few days. Now, pause, comma, ellipses, ... How should we act? How should we plan? How should we think? What should we, here's the good news. Here's the good news. A lot don't change. Your mission, dads, is to raise your family. Your mission, moms, is to raise those kids. Your mission doesn't change. Granddads, grandmamas, do what you can. Keep these babies safe. Raise them right, and raise them to be men and women. And so that mission doesn't change. Isn't that great? Isn't that great that a lot of things will stay the exact same no matter what? Yeah, erosions, yeah, this, yeah, that, a lot of change, a lot of bad, a lot of things I don't even want to talk about or think about. But however, a lot of the mission stays the same. The foundations of what it means to be a constitutional conservative, to be a God-fearing man on this planet, doesn't change. You put that hoe of a pawn in the White House, it's going to change some stuff. We're going to be eroded. It's going to make me watch more 80s action movies and reminisce about the days gone by. But as far as how I want to live out the last few decades of my life here on planet Earth, doesn't change at all. Now, how should we act? I don't want to get, this is the last section, I don't want to get too prescriptive in that, I've said it 57 times, what works for you doesn't work for me. If you're on a farm in Alabama is different, sorry about your loss over the weekend, is different than what I do in a little 1 acre plot in the county of East Tennessee. It's different than Jared in a neighborhood, so it's different. I do want you to think outside of protein and ammunition. Yeah, we need that. Protein, ammunition, gas, batteries. I get that. I want to challenge you over the next few weeks. Things are good. We're pretty good here. Americans are a bunch of sheep. Remember the toilet paper crisis? Imagine a run on everything. So just think that, no panic, but just think through a 90-day speed bump. What does your family need? I am going to go buy next week a lot of extra contacts. Can I wear glasses? Of course. Would I prefer to wear contacts? Big yes. I'm going to buy a few extra. I've been throwing in extra cans of chicken. I mean, that's back to protein, that kind of stuff. But I want you to think a little bit about your medications. Think about, I got contact solution. If you need specific things, diabetics, y'all know what to do. If you got a family member that needs specific just think through that. 90 days, nothing crazy. Don't go blow the farm. I think facing an election like this, where there's potential catch up in the streets, I think we should just plan on little speed bumps about like that. There's a lot to that. I don't want to get too prescriptive, but I think one of the ways we should thus act is just to plan on some speed bumps. I want to end today by calling attention to this shirt, Make Tar and Feathers Great Again.
This gun fits my hand better than this one does.
Diabetes.